Trump yesterday announced a new legal team will represent him at his second impeachment trial, set to begin next week. NBC News reports lawyers David Schoen and Bruce Castor are coming on board. That comes just days after South Carolina attorneys Butch Bowers and Deborah Barbier and their team came to a, quote, mutual decision to part ways with Trump. The former president reportedly wanted them to falsely argue that he won the election and it was stolen through voter fraud. Trump spokesman Jason Miller calls that reporting fake news. But if you know Donald Trump, you could see him doing that. Sources speaking anonymously told the Washington Post that the South Carolina team was uncomfortable making the unsubstantiated claims and instead wanted to argue the unconstitutionality of impeaching a president who has already left office. Let's bring in conservative lawyer George Conway. He is co-founder of the Lincoln Project and a contributing columnist to the Washington Post. Also with us, New York Times reporter and MSNBC national security analyst Michael Schmidt. George Conway, I'll start with you on the president's legal team leaving him and him apparently taking on a new one because he wants to argue that he won the election. I don't know how many times you can put your hand on a hot stove before you realize that's probably not a good idea. But what do you make of Donald Trump clinging to this strategy?
It's classic Donald Trump. I mean, he will, till the day he dies, assert that he won that election, even though he knows he didn't, even though he's admitted privately that he hasn't. And his instability and his inability to be rational has always caused him difficulty in retaining lawyers. It happened back when he was looking for counsel, and he actually asked me for advice at that time about counsel for the Mueller investigation. And it happened again for the impeachment trial. He did have his in-house White House counsel staff argue some matters, but he couldn't get a truly good lawyer to argue for him beyond that. He's always had trouble getting lawyers to represent him for a couple of reasons. One is he's not a very good client. He doesn't take advice very well. He's unpredictable, and he doesn't pay his bills. So it's not surprising that he's had trouble here maintaining counsel. It's not surprising that he's asking them to violate the rules of professional ethics by making factually unfounded arguments such as that he won the election. And it's actually not surprising that a week before the impeachment trial, he had to go out and find another pair of lawyers. And it's pretty amazing that somebody who supposedly is a billionaire and who was president of the United States has such trouble finding lawyers.
Michael Schmidt, you're part of the Times reporting team that has a sweeping piece for the paper this morning, a front-page look at the time spent by President Trump in his unprecedented campaign to subvert the results of the presidential election. It feeds into George Conway's notion that he is obsessed with this and he will hold on to it to the day he dies. Tell us about this new reporting.
The story shows the saga, if not tragedy, of what happened in the aftermath of the election. How the president was told by those around him that the claims that there was widespread election fraud were not true. But a small group captivated the president and indulged his worst instincts about this, and went along and fed him false information about what had occurred. And as you read the piece, the story builds on itself, and it builds on itself as you get to January 6th. And you see how the president is using his megaphone as the commander-in-chief to stoke this skepticism about the election among his base and throughout the country. And you see how people, even like Bill Barr, who was someone who Trump really liked and really trusted, who were unwilling to go along with this.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.